Good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Unscripted and Unchained RPG Review. I am DM Bloodworth, and as you can see by the graphics, today's video is a continuation of the Independent Tabletop Role Playing Game Month. So, the month of July has been established as being the month that we focus on independent gaming or OSR gaming. And so I am going to put forth Castles and Crusades as another one of my monthly standouts for independent tabletop role playing game month. And let's dive a little bit into Castles and Crusades. And I have over 60 videos on my channel uh, related to Castles and Crusades, and probably a dozen or more, in the works. So my channel has been very, very dedicated towards promoting Castles and Crusades from Troll Lord Games, and it is certainly my one of my favorite systems, especially of the modern systems. And the reason why I call it a modern system, even though at its core it initially started in the early 2000s, and it has gone through not new editions, but it has gone through new printings, and it's been tweaked and tweaked along the way. And but game mechanics wise, it's still 95% plus of where it was when it very first began. So, it is a very consistent system, and it's a system that should be very easy for anyone, even remotely familiar with the D20 system or Dungeons and Dragons in general, or anyone that's looking for an alternative to more complex systems and more crunchy systems that used to exist in the past. And now, once again, in the modern era, I think that you know the uh, the action economy of some modern games is very, very complex. Doesn't play like a more traditional tabletop role playing game, in my opinion. And so this really does strike that balance between old school and modern, very much in the way that many people are looking at Shadow Dark as a alternative to that as well, or a great compromise place in between the two as well. So and Shadow Dark, just to tip my hat a little bit, is and show my hand a little bit off, will most likely be my fourth installment of Independent Tabletop Role Playing Game Month as well. So it's kind of unintentional that I brought it up here now, but it's something that that I think kind of ties in with the way I look at this game system. So without further ado, let me jump right in and show you your options for this game system. So Troll Lord Games has produced this is their white box, so this is kind of their homage to the D&D white box back in the mid 70s. And so I believe that was the earliest of the white box, the collector's box. What might have been like 75. It was after the wood grain box. So so when you purchase this, you'll get a set of dice. So that's always a nice thing. Now this goes for about $49. So you get a set of dice, and then much like the original, you are going to get, even though the original was only 3 booklets, you're going to get Men in Magic, which gives you all of your basic rules for the game, player character creation, and such. Then you get Eldritch enchantments. So this is going to include your spells and your, some of your magic items and such. Adventures in the Wilderness and the Underground. All right. And then Monsters and Treasures. Now, also in this box set, there is the reference guide. So this is, very basic charts and graphs that you would need for being a castle keeper. That's the name of the game master in Castles and Crusades. And then it also comes with an adventure to give the game a try and to introduce new players to it, as well as some character sheets and a Office Depot, basically a golf pencil to go along with it. So all of that is packed into a $49, $50 set. So nice way to introduce new players to it, and certainly a very convenient box of it. Now, if you want to go into a much more in-depth, more advanced, if you want to call it that, the advanced game of Castles and Crusades, you actually only need 2 books in order to fully delve into Castles and Crusades. You need the Player's Handbook, and you can always get this PDF for free. All right, so on the Troll Lord Games, you can get the PDF for this for free, and I just love to have the actual hardback, and these have the homage covers. So this is homage to the first edition Player's Handbook of AD&D, and you need the Monsters and Treasures book. Again, another homage cover to the original AD&D first edition monster manual. So with these 2 books, you are ready to roll as a player or a castle keeper or game master. And they do have a game master's guide, which gives you a lot of um, alternative rules and options and such, a lot more world building ideas and everything, all compiled in a really nice hardback as well. All of these you can get on PDF, and it's just a phenomenal system. It's a system that has both that combination of some modern mechanics, which makes it much more streamlined. All of the printings of this book have kept on advancing the formatting, the layout, the art, and the just the clarity of the rules that are in them. So without actually altering a majority of the rules. So if somebody comes to your table with the 10th printing of something, or the 2010, I should say, the 2010 book, which was about the 5th or 6th printing, and they come to your table and you're running the 8th printing, which is what's represented here, they'll be fine. The rules virtually have not changed at all, and so it's just a matter of what the printings are. Now these are going into a new printing, fairly soon, and that's basically just to remove the OGL. If you've been following that at all, you'll see that the OGL crisis, created by Wizards of the Coast, have made many of these game companies and publishers move away from actually using the OGL, and Troll Lord Games has their own creative license, so you could actually write for, their game system with very very little attribution to their creative license, and you're good to go. I actually did a video and an interview with someone who had done just that, and they created their own supplement based on Castles and Crusades. So it's a game system that is moving forward. All right, so never stagnant, even though it's been around for about 20 years. They've never stopped enhancing and moving their game system forward. So that's another reason why I think it's really important to recognize Castles and Crusades from Troll Lord Games for Independent Tabletop Role Playing Game Month. So there you have my third installment of of this series. And as I said, I will do one more, and I'm hoping, although I don't think that the physical copies of Shadow Dark will come out before the end of the month. Um, I know the pledge management was just locked into place on July 16th. So I don't expect to get it before the end of the month. If I did, that would be awesome. I'd immediately stop everything and do a quick video to tie up Independent Tabletop Role Playing Game Month. Um, I might go as late as the first week of August to cap off the month of July. But otherwise, I might just go with the PDF that I have for it as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. Definitely take a look at the games that I've been looking at. So I've had, my first episode was Eldritch Hack, by Professor Dungeon Master, and the second was Swords and Wizardry from Frog God Games, Matt Finch, the creator of that, and now I have Castles and Crusades by the Chenault brothers of Troll Lord Games, plus other contributors as well, obviously. And the last but not least will be Shadow Dark. Hopefully, I have the physical copies in hand before, let's say, the second week of August, and I can still tie that up into this series of videos. So thanks for joining. I hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, like, subscribe, share, and leave your comments in the comment section. And really looking forward to hear some of those. And I am going on vacation, so the number of videos that are going to come out over the next couple of days are going to be pre planned and already slugged in. So there's another character class spotlight for Castles and Crusades coming on Tuesday morning. I will try to get one going for Thursday, but I'm also going to fill in some of the gap over the week with some shorts and continue my other series of videos doing the YouTube shorts as well. So little 1 minute spots throughout the rest of the week as well. So you have a great one. Enjoy your weekend. And I look forward to seeing you on a gaming screen sometime soon or in person at a convention. As always, I have several conventions coming up shortly and looking forward to those. So you have a great rest of your day. Take care.